Hello there, welcome to the Benson interviews. And so, in this episode, I have got a treat for you. We're going to revisit my interviews from 2007 and 2008 with a local Leeds band called 4-Letter Holiday. And we've got a catch up from 2024 at the end with them as well. What they're up to now, well, you have to wait and see. So, I have my elusive diary again, 2007, 2008, W.H. Smith's A5 if you're interested. Anyway, I wrote. Rachel, my wife, and I went into Horsforth after breakfast to meet local up-and-coming band 4-Letter Holiday. I'd agreed to interview them for Hospital Radio, and we arranged to record the interview in a cafe on the High Street. I was really pleased with the interview. I thought it was my best yet. The band were really friendly, and I hope I'll get to interview them in the future. Well, this is that very first interview with 4-Letter Holiday from Saturday, August the 18th, 2007.
Hello there, well we're outside Bailey's in Horsforth with 4-Letter Holiday. Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Roger, I'm the singer. I'm John and I'm drinking milky latte.
I'm Kev, I'm the drummer in the band. My name's Christian, I'm the bass player and I'm drinking a nice bottle of orange juice.
Now Roger, you didn't tell us what you was drinking, did you?
I'm drinking a latte.
A latte. I forgot what I've ordered. I forgot completely what I've ordered. Cappuccino, well, it's quite a nice venue. When and where did you meet, I guess is the obvious question to start off with.
Okay, well we've been going for about 4 years now. The current lineup with Roger and Kevin came about 2 years ago as we decided to do a bit of a mix around. The bass player Christian used to sing, so we decided to get a singer in so he can concentrate on his bass playing, and we got Kevin luckily as our old drummer left, and we got a new one, which is great for us because he's brilliant. So.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird story actually with, because one of my friends, his brother knows you guys, and it was a night out, I was playing drums, and so through a friend of a friend of a friend, you guys heard of me, and so it's a bit of a weird story that actually, but we managed to find each other, and it's been going from strength to strength after that really, so yeah, it's good.
Is it a full-time thing, or what? Is it a side thing from what you normally do in your daily lives?
Yeah, we've all got jobs, we all work from 9 to 5, so it's quite difficult to get as much work in as possible. We don't love to quit his jobs obviously, but it's going to be a long time away that yet, but you never know.
Yeah, and well, your album, which is coming out next year, tell us more about that and the interesting title. I'll let you do that, Roger.
Yeah, well, the album title is Contentment is Happy Boredom. It's kind of a themed thing. They're going to kill me for this. But it's basically about restlessness and confusion, and yeah.
Enough said, yeah. And when are we hoping to have that out?
Hopefully around about February, March next year. We've still got a few tracks to record on it. There is a single going to come out with it as well. At the moment there's 2 songs of That Girl. I think it's going to be the A-side, or it might be a double A-side with When You Get Back. That's going to be the single and the album out afterwards. And we've still got about 4 tracks to record.
2 to redo as well.
And about 2 to redo. So we're still working on it. Luckily we met a guy called Grant at a place called Evolve Records that took an interest in us, and he's got a distribution deal, and that's the kind of thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting it on, it'll be online, downloadable, and hopefully chartable, so we could do with about 10,000, 20,000 buyers, and then we can get it charts, and then we can close jobs.
All your listening patients, remember that.
Yeah.
So is it one person that's been writing the songs, or is it a total group effort?
It usually starts off either with John or
us two start off with the idea, and then we sort of take it to the rest of the band and play it, and then we sort of all work as little bits out and arrange it how we can, and then we just go from there, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a joint effort in the overall sense of it, but the ideas come from little departments first, and that's how we go on, sort of thing.
Well, we're going to listen to the first track now, which is Honey Trap. Tell us more about that one.
Well, that's it's a song that Roger wrote years and years ago, and it's quite a jazzy sort of swing little number actually. It's a little bit different to the sort of rock tunes that we do, but it does have that sort of element of rock halfway through, which you'll obviously hear. And yeah, it's a really good sound. I really like that song.
hesitate. I see, oh, if I figure it's getting light, then it just means the start of another night. But this honey trap that just drives me in, and I can't escape the hesitate. Now the lights begins, I'm getting on a feeling style. Heads all running, still managed to keep it alive. But the honey tail pictures drives me in, and I can't escape, no I can't escape. Can't escape, no I can't escape. Can't escape the honey tail. So much to me, yeah. All the things, say the thing, yeah. If I figure getting light, it's just me. Start of another night, honey time, drives me in. Can't escape, no I can't escape. Can't escape, no I can't escape. Can't escape, let me tell. There's a whistle, there's another sound like a whistle healing, chilling. Don't know whether to let it out or to let me in, but this honey tail pictures drives me in the night. I can't escape, no I can't escape. Can't escape, no I can't escape. Can't escape the honey tail.
Was Honey Trap there. We're still with 4 Letter Holiday, and well, I think it's time to mention this fantastic phenomenon that is MySpace. It's certainly over your careers. Let's mention the website first.
Well, www.myspace.com/. Oh, I've got it wrong, haven't I? Yeah.
Try again.
MySpace.com/4 Letter Holiday.
And it's not the letter, it's the number
4. Yeah, and you can hear, well, the 3 tracks you'll hear today on there when you get back, Honey Trap and what I've got to say. But it's just really useful. We've been adding people in the local area and near gigs as we're about to do a gig, and we found that we're starting to get people just turn up on spec from MySpace, more or less. So it's a really good marketing tool.
Do you find that other bands help each other out on there, or is it, like if you kind of become a friend with a band, do they kind of give you a bit of custom, or is it dog eat dog?
We definitely have. There's a lot of friends that we do have through MySpace and through just like doing gigs around Leeds and such like. And yeah, we all talk to bands on MySpace and we listen to their stuff all the time. So obviously we're mostly music lovers and we like to check out other bands on MySpace as well.
Yeah, check out the competition.
Yeah, we gotta listen to other bands and yeah, we do talk to bands and they get up and we support them, they support us in gigs, and we've got a lot of friends in the Leeds music sort of scene, as it were. So
yeah, the music scene in Leeds is very friendly. I think if there's any competition, it's behind closed doors. I mean, even bands that we don't really particularly like the music of, we still get on with. And it is quite a friendly scene. We can go out in town, we can go over to other people's gigs, even if they're not associated with us, and have a really good time. Yeah. Everybody knows each other, and pats each other on back when it's good. And what I was going to say with Unity Day, one of the things that I found really nice was the fact the front row was mostly our peers, other musicians from the Leeds scene and whatever, and that was really nice to have. It's rare to get everybody in one place at one time, but Unity Day was really good for that.
And one of the interesting features about MySpace is that you know, people can go to the gig, like say on a Friday night, and they can message you straight away when they get back and tell you what they thought, can't they?
Yeah, you get that on the night. You can get back from a gig and just turn your computer on, and somebody's gone and said, "Great gig," you know, stuff like that, which is fantastic. You know? You get messages all the time. I mean, you get messages from other countries as well. People from New Zealand and Japan and stuff like that. Saying great music
from the US, don't we?
America, yeah, they get stuff like that. You know. Generally, I mean, just like I got, what was it, Japan the other day that some guy said, "Do you want to tour Japan?" or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, he did ask us if we wanted to tour, and I more or less said, I'm honest with him, as long as it's cost effective, how much are you going to pay us? Anyway, basically we pay him, so I mean, he must have been like a tour operator. It'd have been, I suppose, if we could afford it, a nice little holiday in Japan for a couple of weeks, then great, but we're not at that stage yet.
You mentioned the Unity gig then. You've also been doing some other charity work recently. Tell us more about that.
Well, we did Unity Day. Obviously, that's a gig that it happens every year. Christian's been going to that for absolutely years, and it's just a Unity Day, as in getting people together. It was race riots, wasn't it, years ago?
Yeah, there were a few riots. I don't know where they came from. I think it were born of these police were using this pub to stalk people, and it all got a little bit messy. I think pub was set on fire, the shop was set on fire. It was a little bit messy. I think that probably about 1995, and since then they've been doing these Unity Day things on Woodhouse Moor, where just all the community gets together and has one big day out. There's like dog shows, there's wrestling, skateboards, all sorts of stuff, and of course there's bands, and it was a great honour to get on there. We did a load of fundraisers for them beforehand, met a few people on that sort of fundraising scene, and off the back of Unity Day we've got other charity gigs for St Gemma's, and I think we've got Brudenell on 29th of September. We've got a cloth cat thing, which that's another charity organisation that teaches people that wouldn't have the money to go out there and get taught themselves. A lot of musical stuff gets taught there. That's on 3rd of November at Burley Liberal Club. That's a cloth cat gig, stuff like that. So off the back of Unity Day, we are doing pretty well gig-wise.
Yeah, we do try and obviously do as many stuff that we get asked for a lot of times to do gigs, donate our athletes, charity and stuff like that. We don't mind doing that at all, and anything that gets our name out there, really, as well.
Yeah.
As well.
We find charity gigs, you do get a lot of people just go there anyway, so you've got a crowd guaranteed. Yeah. And it is a good time. I mean, we do it professionally, but we can relax a little bit, knowing that we enjoy it a lot more. Yeah.
Well, we're going to hear When You Get Back now. Tell us more about that one.
Well, When You Get Back is basically a song about an ex of mine who's Greek and used to go back to Greece for 3 months at a time. Leaves a lot of all pulling faces out there. But yeah, it's about that whole feeling of she's been away for 3 months and your life's completely readjusted while they've been away, and when she comes back, is it all going to be the same kind of thing?
Let's have a listen. We were talking about gigs just before that record. What would you say is the best gig you've had so far? That's a tough question.
A very tough question, that one.
I'd tell you worst gig. That's so far.
Why not?
That was in Mixington. It was a while back now, and I managed to get a collapsed lung whilst I was playing.
Oh yeah.
That was fun, and ended up after that. But the ironic thing was, I finished the gig with one home, and John turned around and went, Kev, what? You managed to miss a beat there. I was not surprised. So I got criticised for that, but
Demand a high standard.
That's it. But best gig I would say is probably Unity Day.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great gig. With me being there, so I think I've missed 2 since it started, and so it was great for me and great for the rest of us really, and we played really well.
Great sound, wasn't it, on stage?
Great sound on stage, great atmosphere, and the atmosphere was fantastic. Like I say, all his peers were there, and
how many people would you there?
In that tent, there were about 300 of them.
A few hundred in the tent easily.
Quite a lot, about another 200 just sat around by the side, so it was nice
to see how quickly it filled up as well, because obviously in between bands people tend to filter out, and when we went on it was a little bit quiet, and then as soon as we sort of kicked in, straight in.
Both the day, there was thousands of people there, tens of thousands of people. It's just a great day, it really is.
And you've got a lot of gigs coming up just before the end of the year. Tell us more about those.
The most recent gig we've got coming up is next weekend, actually. It's the 26th of August, with Guiseley Festival. They're going to have a few sort of rides in the station pub car park, so and a few bands playing. So hopefully that's going to be good. And then we've got a gig on the 7th of September, Leeds City Centre at Santiago's. So get down to that if you can. And on the 28th of September, that's going to be a great gig down at the Hi-Fi Club, because we're actually supporting Samuel Thornton, who is a great session and a jazz musician in Leeds, and he's launching his single. So he's with Evolve Records, as are we, and he's also on playing on one of our songs, That Girl, which will be on the album as well. So it's great to help him out, and hopefully his single will go. He launched quite well on the 28th of September, so a few coming up.
Definitely a few coming up. And it's interesting you mentioned jazz then, because your influences on MySpace take up half your page. And they're totally different, because there's obviously four of you with different interests. Who would you say the key influence is?
Well, I mean, our music's based probably, it's like rock and blues, isn't it? But I mean, we've got, because Roger's influences are quite, unique in the terms of where he comes from with his singing and his approach, which is a little bit jazzy, a little bit this. I mean, obviously you've heard it now, but all that comes in. Christian's influences are different. Mine more rooted in blues and rock, whereas everybody comes from different angles, which is what makes it all sound a different melting pot of the music, so that's good. I mean, these guys will tell you what they like.
Yeah, well, my first music I fell in love with were sort of heavy rock, say Thin Lizzy style heavy rock, that kind of stuff, and I had blinkers on really until I was about 18, 19, and I got into all the hip hop stuff then, and then as I became proficient on bass, funk, hip-hop, all that kind of stuff, and 70s disco, because of the bass lines are so prominent. I love that kind of music, so I can sit at home and play along with them and stuff like that. So there's a lot of influences in me. There is a lot. I think the basic blues influences is in us all. Roger's vocal is more of a crooner than a rock singer, so we gel together. I think the sound's quite unique. I wouldn't say it was super original or anything, but what we're doing with Roger on vocals is very good. When I was singing, it was just a little bit blander, I would say. So I'm more of a shouter, a bit of a screamer. So we
definitely changed angles.
We've definitely changed angles, and it is for the better, because, like what Jon said, we've got so much difference of influence in us, but we can gel it together. We don't argue about it. We just get on with it, and it works musically.
Well, it seems to take a direction of itself, really, a lot of the time, particularly with songwriting and everything. But we all seem to end up at the same point, and everything just clicks into place.
Yeah.
But the songwriting process is generally really quick.
Yeah.
We'll come up with
12 songs, 14 songs in about a year we've wrote now, which is quite a lot for us,
Yeah. Well, but most of those have been put together 3 songs in one night, the basic structure, and then take it to them, and then a couple of sessions with that, and job done.
Yeah, well, the album's driven that, because we've got sessions booked in, and the producer will say, right, okay, what we need 3 songs by this date, and so me and Roger just sit down and go, right, okay, write songs, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do is write songs, because they've got to come to you sometimes, the songs, So trying to force them out is quite difficult, but we've been, touch wood, lucky to get them.
Do you have days where you obviously you can't think of any, and then 2 in one day? Have you ever had
they are buses of songs, definitely.
You've got a session at Radio Homicide coming up as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we have on the BBC Raw Talent. It's on a Sunday, 8 till 10. I think it's on the 18th of November. We're going to be getting into their sort of live studio, as it were, and we're doing 3 songs, possibly the 3 that you will listen to today, and either acoustic or full band, and then a little bit of an interview and that. And so hopefully that'll push and promote us a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be it's going to be good. Yeah. So.
And that'll be going out live on Radio Humberside.
Yeah, Radio Humberside, Raw Talent, 8 till 10 on Sunday, the 18th of November, and I think you can listen back to it on online. Yep, or it's on DAB as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And be able to listen back to that for the week on Raw Talent, and then we'll probably be putting it on our MySpace and on our website and a link to that. So
I think we should give the MySpace another mention now before the other song.
www.myspace.com/4 as in the number 4 letter holiday.
Make sure you have a look at that. Well worth a look. And finally, we're going to play our last track from 4 Letter Holiday. It's What I Gotta Say. Tell us more about that.
Go on, you know the story.
What I Gotta Say is one of those songs that I wrote at the time, not really knowing what it was about. It was kind of just jumbled set of words, and then I worked out that it's actually about saying something difficult to someone that you don't really want to say but kind of have to say, as in breaking up with someone, really.
It's all about relationships with Roger.
It's all about relationships with Roger. Well, we'll have Lindy Drunks now. That's about getting drunk on a Sunday.
Oh, well, absolutely drunk,
Well, we're going to put that on now. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Hope you've enjoyed your coffee, and keep us informed with your progress in this year. Thank you very much for Letter Holiday.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.
Run out of things to say and I just talk nonsense. But then I think most people do the same. Oh, I could paint you all kinds of pictures, but I can't find out who's to blame. Oh, I gotta say it might be difficult. What I gotta say, it might be true. What I gotta say might not explain it, but then it's you. You are the fool. You are the fool. I could work the day and I just felt blinded. Oh, I could taste the sunlight in my eyes. I would have really wouldn't have minded had it not done as such as a bride. What I gotta say, it might seem awful. What I gotta say, it might be cruel, yeah. What I gotta say, I won't explain it, because it's you. I don't feel it is you.
So we move on to Wednesday, February the 27th, 2008. And I interviewed local band 4 Letter Holiday tonight for Hospital Radio. They were rehearsing at a studio in Idle, about 10 minutes away from home. They were just as warm and friendly as back in August when I first interviewed them. The story has moved on though now. Their album should be out by the summer. Their singles are available for download from iTunes. Could the band be heading for the charts? I then go on to say, we'll have to see. They are good, there's no doubt about that. But music audiences are funny things. I mean, take a song that's in the charts at the moment. It's by a newcomer called Adele, and the song is called Chasing Pavements. It's not a brilliant song if you ask me, but people seem to like it. It's reached number 1 in the UK download chart. What happened to Adele? Anyway, this is my second interview with 4 Letter Holiday from the 27th of February 2008.
Okay, now on St. Luke's Sound, you may remember from last year that we caught up with a local band, 4 Letter Holiday. Well, we're back with them now. Hello, guys.
Hello.
And as it will be new patients, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Jon, guitar player in 4 Letter Holiday.
I'm Kev. I play drums in 4 Letter Holiday.
I'm Christian, I play bass. I'm Roger and I sing for 4 Letter Holiday.
Well, good evening. So, what have you been up to, Jon, since we last spoke to you?
Okay, lots of things.
Survived the earthquake.
Just, although it did wake me up. It's quite a scary experience. I didn't know what was going on there. But, well, what we've been doing really, mainly, is recording the album down here in the Ivor studio. We spent just over a year doing that now. It's finished, eventually. So we've just been going from his day jobs down here on a weekend, doing 13-hour sessions in the studio all weekend. So it's been quite a hard slog, but eventually we got it done. It's out to be mixed and mastered soon, and then it'll be available to buy on iTunes and all that carry on after that. So that's mainly what we've been doing.
So, Christian, what influences would you say are on the band? Is there different types of music would you say that appear on it?
All sorts of types of music. My main influence is Jon, actually. That's on guitar. So there's plenty of influence on him. Jon influence. So there's a little bit of Roger influence, but we try not to. We try to keep him at bay. Too much Roger influence can just get in the way. But mainly it's me and Kev. Me and Kev do all writing, and Jon and Roger just add bits to it and make up the songs. Really. But I am influenced by Jon. Jon inspires me a lot, and that's what makes me write all songs.
So, Kev, the album's finished. How many tracks are going to appear on the album?
We've got 11 tracks, I think. 11 tracks. We've got 10 main full songs, and then we've got actually an old song, Carefree, that we recorded a couple of years back, and that's going to be like a live acoustic-y number on there as well.
What was the first song you guys recorded?
When You Get Back.
Yeah, well, When You Get Back, that was the first one. And Honey Trap, I think, as well.
Yeah, but I got to say, which are the 3 that have been on...
we re-recorded all of them. We re-recorded Honey Trap and using re-recorded that.
Yeah.
When You Get Back, we re-recorded using that. And what else did we record?
We did do What I've Got to Say, but it's not on the album.
We've got a couple of spare tracks. They're going to be B-sides on the second single, because the first one was obviously released in December, and we obviously recorded quite a lot of songs, and I've already decided that what we're going to do is we're just going to have a couple for the B-side. So, yeah.
Now, the first song we're going to hear, tell us, Jon, about the first song we're going to hear now.
The first song is called What I've Come Across. It's a song that we rarely play live, although we've only just got it back and managed to sort it out because we put so much into it. We only really imagined that it'd be a studio song, and it's just sort of escalated into I've all decided they liked it so much so it's a bit of single, which shocked us slightly, but it's a good song, it's a great song. It's there's difference of opinion about that song, but so they've decided that should be the one, and we released it on something like the 17th of December. It went out on iTunes and Napster and all that sort of thing, and we've pushed it, and we don't know how many we've sold yet, so we'll find that out at the end of March because they only tell you quarterly. So
hopefully that one has sold, as well as we expected, or maybe even better. You never know. So that's the first song. The B-side to it, which also hopefully you're going to hear, is called That Girl, which is a slower song. It's probably the only slow song we've ever written, I think. Is it?
No, we've written slow songs.
Well, you might have done, but we've turned them into fast ones.
You want to do that?
And
I don't write slow songs. I do most of writing, and
he doesn't do any of the writing. We only let him out of his box for rehearsals.
So yeah, the B-side is we're quite happy to be blessed with having a guest on that song for us, playing the piano, which is a guy called Samuel Thornton, that's also associated to Ivor, as a very talented jazz musician.
John's very close to Sammy.
yeah, John and Sammy are really close. Right, Johnny?
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. So and he plays the piano on that, and he's quite a unique talent. So he really brings something to that song as well. So that's going to be that's the B-side for the single. So.
Is the single only available? Is it just available for download only? If
Yeah, it's a digital distribution deal that we got basically. So we don't produce, and Ivor don't produce physical CDs because of the overheads and all that. So it's a lot easier, cheaper, and to just go and fire it straight up onto stuff like iTunes, Napster, eMusic, all that sort of thing. And it just stays up there for the duration of however long it continues to sell. So. Got some good feedback off that single, and it's appeared every now and again on little charts here and there, so we never know, it could have sold quite well. We could even be rich, but you never know.
Okay, we're back with Roger now. Hello. So, what kind of gigs have you had then over the last 12 months? Where have you played? You mentioned the Unity one, was it last time?
Yeah, we did the Unity Day one. That was
Yeah, that was good. That was great.
Yeah.
Great day.
fantastic day. I think that's probably what I can remember of it. Yeah. That's the gig I've enjoyed most to date. I mean, looking out at the front row and seeing like so many contemporaries and other bands.
Shall we? Had we played it last time?
Yeah, we did.
Had we just played that gig? Yeah. I mean, best, I suppose. Since then, we played one for Zavi, Virgin Megastars. That was quite fun because there were a lot of people there.
It's an audience.
Saturday afternoon, and they all stayed. They all sort of stuck around and listened, which were good.
In the middle of the store, yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of the store, which is good. It's a good, it's good to do. So a lot of bands sort of emptied the place, or nobody just watched them for a couple of minutes and then buggered off.
Where would be the place you really want to play? Would it be different for all of you, or where?
Well, the one thing that I'm keen on, I'm sure the guys are as well, is this year doing a couple of festivals. We did like Unity Day, which is a festival, but on one day festival. But stuff like the Moors Fest, Ilkley Moors Festival, we're trying to get on that this year and just bring the feelers out.
Trying to get on Smoke Fest in August last year at Smoke Fest, it got waterlogged. Then we got like pictures of it, didn't we? There's like one of the women who were arranging it, or sort of owner at Field or whatever. She was like that, water up to her knees in water on this field where it was supposed to be, so they had to cancel it. So we're hoping to get back on the Smoke Fest again and see if they'll get others on this year. Because we never got. They did summit bands in a pub nearby, but we never got invited, did we? But yeah, Smoke Fest.
We did Guys Festival as well. We did that last year. That was
fantastic.
Hopefully get on to that as well.
Yeah, but what we would like to do is eventually get on the really big ones. You never know where, if we get into Moors Fest, where that might lead, maybe Leeds Fest or O2, you never know. And if the album does well, we could be set for bigger festivals, you never know.
Let's hope so. Now, what's the next track that we're going to hear? Let's...
The next track is probably the B-side that we just mentioned before, which was That Girl. Like I said, this is quite one of the slow ones that we've done, but we put quite a lot of effort into trying to make this song sound really good, so it's took quite an evolution of songwriting to get it where we want it now, and we've just started to introduce it back into our set list now, and really work on it, so it's a great song.
What's been the average time during making the album to, to prepare a song, would you say? I mean, it totally varies. It's probably from each song.
Yeah, it does depend. I mean, we'll tend to get in the morning and we'll lay down the drums and the bass, and that's probably the quickest. the quickest part because
we're not going to 1 or 2 takes.
1 or 2 we're pretty damn good.
With the drums are normally done.
Take. Then Christian will tend to do his overdubs, 40 to 50 of them. And then
John's 30 or 40 guitars.
Solos, in the afternoon, and I don't know. Then we'll tend to try and get on an evening Roger's vocals in, and then it can be another 2 or 3 sessions, each evening sessions, that we'll kind of jump in and do vocal chops and we'll all sorts of little mixes, and if we do backing vocals or little guitar bits or percussion, and then once that's all done, then we've got further mixing, and then it gets sent off for mastering. So each song, obviously 11 songs on the album, and there's the 2 B-sides from both singles.
Yeah, one of them's got a sax solo on it, and we didn't really think about that when we wrote the song. When we created the song, we just played it as is, just the 4 of us playing it. When we get in the studio, it's an opportunity to put other things on, like a sax solo. John thought of an idea of mixing a guitar solo with a sax solo. But Sammy came down, he did such an awesome sax solo all the way through. We just whacked guitar solo out and just kept this, so that kind of thing we didn't plan for the song at all until we got into the studio. So it gives you that time, it gives you that space to do it.
You get to hear it in a different way. Excuse me. Yeah, when it's recorded down, because when you're playing it live, obviously you can't hear it and listen to it and analyse it. You just kind of feel it, and if it feels good, then it's ace. But
what does it feel like, Rog?
Like sex.
Let's hear that go. And we're back. Oh yes, we're back. We were just talking about the album in between there. So it sounds like it's been an unbelievably busy 12 months.
Yeah, extremely busy. We've been doing lots of things. Obviously trying to get as many gigs as possible, stuff like that, get the album done. We've done some sessions for various people. We did a live session down here, just trying to get some live recordings. Also did a live session for the BBC for their Raw Talent programme, which even got a little bit of a clip of it played on Radio 1 as well, which was good for us.
Oh yeah, I got interviewed for Radio 1, didn't I?
You got
it.
There's a link to all that, I think, on the MySpace site, isn't there?
Yep. They filmed that as well, so you can go on the BBC Homicides Raw Talent site, and then you can watch the video of that if you look for Fallout Holiday on there. They can see us playing away in their studio. They've also played us like 5 times now on their Sunday night regular
Splots.
Slot.
That'll do. Yeah, we know what you meant.
Pick of the week, 3 minutes. I've got a massive spot under my lip there. Huge spot.
What's your main website though?
Well, I mean, obviously we've got the MySpace, which is Roger.
www.myspace.com/4-letter holiday. It's the number 4, not the letter.
Yeah, it's a letter 4. And if you look in Google, you can look up
the number 4.
The number 4, the letter 4. We're into letter 4. What are you on about?
The word 4.
Not the word 4.
Not the word 4.
The numeric 4.
Yeah.
Numeric 4.
And obviously there's...
Why don't you change his band name to the numeric 4? This could be an exclusive.
It could be. Have you ever met any of your MySpace friends at gigs?
Yeah.
I've had them come up to us at the end of gigs and sort of go, I came down and checked you out because of MySpace. And you sometimes end up talking to them on MSN, or I do. Because
Roger starts them. If they're young and the female, Roger just starts them.
Christian and Johnny only don't because they have wives.
Yeah.
Not that I do stop them, of course. That makes me sound awful.
What did you get out of that one?
There's the website and all. We've got his own website, but it's developing. It's under construction. Unfortunately, I deleted a couple of files that shouldn't have been deleted, and it don't work as much. So all you really get is sort of like 4-letter holiday album coming soon, and you click a link to my MySpace site anyway.
It's worth giving you the new record company that you're with, though I mentioned, Idol, because they're up and coming in Bradford, aren't they?
Yeah. They're based in Idle in Bradford. And they've got Media Labs, everything attached to it.
Yeah, it's all a big company really. There's the record label, obviously they've got the production sort of side of it with all the music, and then upstairs they've got all the Media Lab, so they do the film sort of side of it. Then we've got the photography studio upstairs as well. So we had a photo shoot not long back, and that was quite fun. It was just a case of a few beers, be ourselves and take a few snaps. And then there's also the sort of the printing sort of side of it as well. And so it's a big up and coming company really, and
it's a good facility to have
great
and be
facility.
part of, especially with the other people on the label as well. Like
Yeah, that's
Sammy
cracking
and
artists
Craig.
on the label, yeah. Craig Whitehead, Danny Pig, Sam Thornton. There's another band, I can't remember that band.
Touch.
Yeah, that's
D-Boy.
Touch, yeah. D-Boy. Some really good people.
A lot of my favourite
artists.
Leeds local artists are on our label, which is quite handy.
Which is quite
And
nice as
it's
well.
quite a
We do get to hear them.
environment. We all work with each other.
Yeah.
we all play with each other, stuff like that.
Yeah, we all play with each other, don't we, Johnny?
I actually played 3 gigs on one night the other week as well, didn't I?
Yeah, well, that's...
Because I was playing with all the guys from the label and that. So.
I'll go around quick with this one. What's your favourite song off the album that you've recorded?
Johnny's.
Question.
I'm going to hurry on that
All
one.
right, well, I'm going to go for the one that's going on next, just because it's got most of my guitar playing all over it. So
I'll come back to you on that so you can introduce it. What's yours?
Mine would be Happy Bored, because I don't know the name of the most recent song, 'cause it's that recent.
I'm going to go with Happy Board, and it's transition into Wallbanger, which we comped BBC into really. We played 2 songs instead of 1, so we only had a 3-song slot, so we played 4. They were about 8 minutes long, and I don't know if they were cheering because we'd finished or cheering because they liked the song end of it, but that's mine, definitely.
Steve's my favourite.
Steve's your
Yeah.
favourite, I bet he is.
The real name of the song is The Change. Basically, I don't know why, but for some reason I struggle to come up with names for those.
Steve from Coronation
Yeah,
Street.
Steve from Coronation. But we called it Steve just for convenience while it was recording, and it's kind of stuck. But the real title is The Change. It's kind of
The Change is a
Latino
good song,
type.
yeah. There's quite a lot of
Yeah.
good songs
It's
there.
what Roger's going through.
The Change.
So John, I'll let you introduce the final song for that.
Okay, this is quite a step away from our normal stuff. This one's called Contentment, and is kind of the title track to the album. I don't know how exactly that happened, but it was just the way that it worked out. It's quite, the full album title is Contentment is Happy Boredom, so we sort of it's a long sentence, so we just kept this one down to Contentment, but it's quite bluesy, quite jazzy.
What the song's actually about.
We don't know what it's about.
You don't know.
You
It's
wrote it.
another Rogerism. We don't.
No, it's kind of about like being restless and sort of sleeping in your clothes and full of going out all the time and doing that.
Basically, it's about you, Roger.
Yeah. Well, not
The
about.
whole album's about.
It's about modern youth.
When I first wrote lyrics to it, when I first this is Kamal, the bass player. When I first wrote the lyrics to it, I sort of wrote it about Roger basically.
Yeah, he did.
That's how it was written. Just
He's
me-
always had a strange
Me
reputation.
sort of having a bit of sarcasm at Roger's on Roger's expense.
Oh no, no.
Contentment is Happy Boredom, yeah.
Well, great to catch up with you guys again. Best of luck with the single and the album,
Yes,
and
cheers,
and
thanks.
the forthcoming tour. Just keep us posted here at St Luke's, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what are 4 Letter Holiday up to now in 2024? Well, let's find out. I was lucky to catch up with them on Zoom to bring the story up to date. So we've just had 2 audio interviews from 2007. We're now going to fast forward 17 years, and now in video we have John and Christian, who you'll have just heard in Horsforth and at the studio where we recorded them many years ago. Good evening, you 2.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, great to see you in video, rather my portable video recorder. How are you both doing?
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Good, all good.
So the last time we spoke, I remember we got 3 radio demos and we played them on the show, great tracks. The album materialised, I think, the year after I spoke to you. Is that right? For 4 Letter Holiday, Contentment is, was it 11 tracks on that? Contentment is Happy Boredom, I think?
2007, you say?
It was 2007 when I interviewed you both times. I think the album might come out just after I interviewed you, I think.
2008. We were working on it, or we were finalising it in 2007. But yeah, about 2008 it came out. But we put the publishing think it's 2008. So yeah.
What was that
content with
like?
the-
What was that like to see the final product come out, where the final album, if you like, back then?
For me, it was a relief. It's taken a while, 5 of us to what are 4 of us or 5 of us, you see, well, if you include engineer and all, just to get it down really. And then I think we've done about 5 or 6 tracks with the engineer, and I bought a brand new bass which sounded amazing, so we redid all the bass tracks. So it took us a while to get it finalized and down, didn't it? And,
yeah. Well, I mean, it was a bit of a labour of love, to get it to work. Quite a few of the songs because we wrote them in batches, like three every 3 months or something, and went back and recorded them, I think. So it was just a case of write 3 songs, and then there's all the pressure of getting them to the point where you want them, and then going to record them and mix them and everything, and then on to the next 3. So it wasn't like we just walked in with a full set of material. It was just, do you want to do an album? Yes, we do. Right, well, you better write one there.
yeah.
What would you say your favourite track was from that album, for both of you?
Jon first.
There's a song we never got really released on the album. It's on there, but it's like a hidden track right at the end of the last song, which is what's it called? The slow one that sounded like Dear Prudence. What was that? That girl. That was it, wasn't it? And I think when you listen back to all the songs, that one stands up the best. But for a reason that I can't remember at the time, I think we were going for more the rock edge, and this was slightly more melodic. That I think that one sort of got pushed to the right, hidden at the back as a bonus track, and it's a shame because I think that one would have come out, as a really strong.
I'd say that was a good single, track. I mean, we did have other tracks that we'd recorded that might have made the album, but this one, I think, because it ended up as a dose track at the end of the album, I think that proves a point on that it was a really good song. I mean, my favourite was The Change, and the one with the saxophone solo.
Yeah, we got.
I absolutely loved that. I still listen to that now.
It's the only one he does.
So was there plans after that? Was there plans for a second album, or just to kind of bring us up to date a little bit? What happened after that?
Well, basically, what happened is children happened.
Oh, we know about that.
Yeah.
So Jon were first, and then me next, and then Roger the singer. He got married, had children as well, and we were still doing stuff together. I mean, we sort of calmed it down a little bit. Kev, the drummer, he went away as well, didn't he? He went down south to work for a bit, so we were without a drummer for a while. So that we gigged a few times with the album, but this was maybe a year after that or so. And we sort of drifted apart a little bit as far as 4 Letter Audio were concerned. But me, Jon, and Rog carried on playing acoustic blues for years. While kids were growing up, we'd just sit around the table, have a drink, and have a laugh playing guitar. And we did a few gigs as that. What were we called?
We had about 4 different band names, but we did like Colne Blues Festival.
Yeah, we did Colne Blues Festival, which were a good. And under
massive.
The name
That's massive, isn't it?
Yeah. Really enjoyed that. We stopped over for the weekend, and that was
lots of other little gigs and bits and bobs that we did, but nothing compared to what we were doing when we were 4 Letter Holiday. We just don't have the time when you've got kids. It's difficult, especially with young families. So
so we're pretty much grown up. Mine are in the teens. Jon's are in the teens.
Yeah.
So we're ready again.
As you mentioned, Jon, you've got some great tracks on SoundCloud that people can find as well. Solo stuff, I think, that you've done. They are brilliant tracks. I think one of them, is it Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I think it's called, I think. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, well, that's just me sort of tinkling at home, on the computer. And just, it's stuff that when I bring it to Christian, he says it's rubbish, so I record it myself.
I'm like, where's the bass? I've lent him a bass guitar so he can put some bass on his tracks.
Yeah,
so give him one of our basses here. Take that and put some bass on, Jon. It sounds rubbish.
So you're both involved in kind of different bands and different things now. But so where are things now in 2024 then?
Well, the journey, what happened after, when we started to play together, we kind of got offered a wedding gig. A friend of ours his sister was getting married, so we had a sort of a junction where we decided, should we put together some covers and be a covers band for a bit, and we so half the band did that, and the other half band went on and created another band, like another original band. But we kind of had two parallel lives almost for a little while, and
So we did the wedding thing. We basically created it from. There's me and John. We had a drummer join us, Loz. He joined us when we were doing the blues thing. So he stuck with us. Rog left us. We got a keyboard player involved and a singer involved, and developed it from there. The keyboard player left. Another keyboard player came in, and she was a hell of a lot better. So and a brilliant singer. She's in her own band of her own right. Brilliant band, which I can't remember how to pronounce it, so I'm not even going to say it. So yeah, we developed that for a few years actually, and then we were doing weddings, functions, and all sorts of stuff with a big list of covers. Your usual covers like Superstition and Proud Mary and all that kind of thing. But we were going down really well. We were doing pretty well with it. Then COVID hit, and that put a bit of a dampener. I don't know if we recovered from that. I'm not. We did start to dig again, but the enthusiasm and the push for it before COVID seemed to have gone. And that itself only sort of ended the beginning of this year. I started a sort of funk and soul project in February. And at the moment, there's 12 of us. So I've got
that's a massive project.
Yeah, so we've got a really nice big brass section, so horn section, 5 of them, 2 guitar players, bass, drums. I'm actually I'm finding a percussionist at the moment, so it'll be 13, and maybe even more because I want another singer, 2 singers. There's all sorts of stuff in my head. So the big band project is on for me, but also me and John are doing some more rock stuff. So Kev's back with us. He came back up from South a while back, so we have kept seeing him and that. He's back on drums, John on guitar. I'm just singing, no bass for me. The guy called Ant on bass, who's a fantastic bass player. And we've not been recorded. This is another new project. So
will it go under a new name? I think he was just about to answer that. Will it go under a new name? Is that the plan if you get to do something?
There's definitely going to be a new name, but we've no idea what. As me and John, stilly lads, we throw loads of stupid ideas at each other, and it's just silly.
But I guess it keeps it fresh though, rather than doing like like my dad and my brother have been in a band for about 15 years playing covers, like you said, but. At least the 13-piece thing sounds great. Like sounds like something Jules Holland would do, and I guess it sounds great.
It's a great experience. It's really hard work, but like even developing it, I didn't think at this time of the year I'd have the horn section. I'd have thought, well, I should be able to get a drummer easy enough. It took me a few drummers before I got the right drummer. Keys players again. Let's get a keys player in, let's get a guitar player in. But I always thought that the horn section would take a bit of time, but that's developed quite quickly. We've got a great trumpet player who's like the section lead, got alto, bari sax, tenor sax, and trumpet. And trombone. I already mentioned trumpet. And that's basically the selling point.
Well, speaking of selling point, you've got a gig that's worthy of a mention on the 6th of July. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the first gig for the funk project is the 6th of July. We call the Goodfoot Collective.
Try saying that when you've had a drink.
Luckily, I don't drink. So it's the Goodfoot Collective. Do not say it fast. It's Foot, F-O-T. 6th of July, and that's at the Abbey Inn Beer Fest, and the Abbey Inn in Horsforth, Bramley, where Bramley Fall Woods is, near the canal. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be really good. And they are covers, stuff like James Brown, Gil Scott-Heron, Aretha Franklin. So some maybe from 1970 to 75 set of songs. which sounding good.
Oh, it sounds like a good era of music. John, obviously, Chrissy mentioned that Kev's been coming back up. What's it been like getting together to play again?
Well, I mean, because we've been such good friends for, I mean, it's been 20 odd years now, and we've been playing together. 2003 when we first rehearsed together. So it's just like, old mates sort of sitting around a pub table, but we just sat around with instruments instead. And then you come out with a riff, and Kev would play something with it, and then off we go, So it's just like that. It's just mates sort of just enjoying each other's company, but with musical instruments, So it's great,
Yeah, and fits in really well. The bass player's got some great ideas. Totally different style to me. It's refreshing to listen to him and listen to what he's got to put on table and develop some melodies and lyrics around it. At the moment, I'm writing nonsense, but I always did.
He plays in the right key, doesn't he?
Off we go. He plays in the right key.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, good luck for you for the new unnamed band. Christian, good luck for your gig in July as well, over in Horsforth. And it's been brilliant just to catch up the story and see how you're all getting on. But we wish you the best of luck for the new projects you've got planned. Thank you, both of you, John and Christian.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you two. Absolutely super. So that's it from me here on the Benson Interviews. I'll be back very soon and with another episode. Don't forget to keep in touch either on the radio version or YouTube. And bye for now.